Hey guys, this is Tom from Numbers Game Lifestyle, and today we're going to talk about online dating and how it makes you bitter, if that's the only thing you do. Here's the thing, I notice a lot of guys, which is the majority of men, their only avenue for meeting women is online dating, like Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge. And there's problems with this. Uh, the same way that like guys that only do night game back in the day, that they only, in order to meet women, they only went to the bar or they only went to the club. They run into the exact same problems. Okay, so let's just use like the night game guys as an example of the problems that these guys run into. They become the most bitter, most jaded, have the most negative views of women. Why? Why do they have negative views about women? Because they're constantly fishing in waters with high competition and with drunk women, right? You are going to get the worst behavior from women in night game environments, at the bar or at the club, because alcohol's involved and there's a lot of male competition as well. So women will be very rude, very, promiscuous, very, they'll act odd. They'll attract a lot of weird things, girls cheating on their boyfriends, girls acting crazy, girls doing wild things. And that becomes these guys' reality. They think all chicks go to the bar, all chicks get drunk every weekend, and all chicks, hook up with a ton of guys. Every weekend it's a new guy. And that's just because their environment, they're fishing in an environment where, that's all they see. They don't meet any women that are outside of that environment. And the exact same thing happens to guys that only do online dating. They become just as bitter, just as jaded, have just as many negative views about women because they only do online dating. That's their only avenue for meeting them. That's the only avenue they have for meeting women. So they think that every woman on the planet has a million different options for men, and they'll flake on you and they'll treat you like shit because they have tons of options for men, and they're never satisfied. It's impossible to satisfy these women because their standards are so high. And you do realize that's because you're fishing in an environment with the most competition. That environment has the absolute most competition out of any possible environment, which is why when I made that video about, you can meet high quality women on dating apps, all of these guys came roaring out, in their comments, losing their shit because they said like, it's impossible to find women online. All these women are, trash. It's just because they're fishing, they're spending all their time, their only avenue for meeting women is online. Guess which guys have very positive views upon women? They like women, women like them, and they have, they're happy. They're happy with their dating life. And they're guys that do, day game, cold approach, social circle game. Both of these kind of guys that fish in those kinds of environments have very positive outlooks on women. Why? Because the competition isn't so fierce. Women don't have like a million different options to choose from, and they're not drunk, right? Like they are at night game. So they're very normal, very like, have reasonable expectations, and they have very positive experiences. When you get a guy and you get him to cold approach women during the day, it doesn't even matter if he gets a date or if he gets laid. He's going to end up with a positive experience because he quickly realizes that when I talk to women, they're actually very positive. They're actually very nice. They're actually very, sweet. Even though I don't get the number or I don't get a date or I don't get laid, they still have very positive experiences with women. Same thing with social circle guys. The women tend to be nice and normal, nice and sweet, like you would expect them to be. Whereas guys that only do online dating, it's very easy to find them. They show up in the comments very bitter, very angry, very frustrated. Just a brief intermission here, guys. If you could like, comment, and subscribe. YouTube algorithm loves that for some reason. It's super needy for that kind of engagement. So if you could do that, that would help me out considerably. Thank you. And same thing with like night game guys that only do night game. Now, I'm not knocking like night game or online dating, but you have to expand your horizons. You cannot rely solely on night game, rely solely on online dating apps. It is going to make you very bitter. It's going to frustrate you to like beyond your compare. Like you're going to have very negative outlooks on women if that's the only environment in which you meet women. Now, if you're trying to get laid, trying to get a girlfriend, be open to all avenues. Be open to online dating, day game, night game, social circle, whatever. The more, the more versatile you are, the more likely it is you'll find what you're looking for, whether that's getting laid a bunch or finding an awesome girlfriend. But you have to expand your horizons. If you're having terrible luck online, stop fishing in the sewers. Same thing if you're having terrible luck on night game, stop fishing in the sewers. Go to the ocean, go to a lake, go to a nice stream, and you'll find different fish. It's all about the environment and how competitive that environment is. So this is why do not limit yourself to one avenue, especially online or especially night game, because you're going to get very heavy selection bias with women treating you like shit in most cases. Unless you know what you're doing, you're going to have a very rough time and you're going to have a very negative outlook. Even I do. Sometimes if I only do online dating for long stretches of time, the algorithm will screw with you, making sure that you don't get any matches and you have to pay more money and you're just like so frustrated. You're like, what the hell? Like normally I get a ton of matches, get a ton of dates. Now I don't like get anything. It's the algorithm. The algorithm can totally screw you over and force you to pay more money. So this is why it frustrates a lot of guys. In that case, when I'm running into like massive headaches online, I just go like, oh, you know what? I can just go outside and talk to women in real life. And boom, I have a lot of like positive experiences that way. And I don't have the online frustration that pretty much every guy has eventually. So yes, if you want the best dating life that you can possibly lead, don't limit yourself to one avenue of, this is the only option for me to get women is online. Yeah, you are going to be very frustrated, very bitter, and very angry, like you'll find in a lot of the comments. But if you're one of these like night or day game guys, I virtually never ever run into guys that have very jaded views about women when they do day game. They're very positive, they're very upbeat, because they know like women are very positive and upbeat in most cases when you talk to them during the day. When you talk to them outside, on the street, at the gym, a lot of the times they'll be very nice, very sweet, and you'll find what you're looking for. But it is scary. It's not a competitive environment for a good reason, and it's scary. If it was easy, every guy would do it, and quickly it would become more difficult for all of us. But if you have the balls to go approach women and talk to women that you don't know during the day, you will quickly find out that women are awesome. There's a ton of good women out there, tons of quality women out there that you will never find online, because the vast majority don't use online dating. And you won't find them at the bar or at the club, because the vast majority of women don't do that either. No, the vast majority of women are doing normal things like going to the gym, going to school, going to work every day, going to the grocery store. And that's how you meet them. You meet them through cold approach. And that's how you meet the normal, high quality women and have positive experiences, positive views about women. Anyways, guys, if you need help doing this, whether it's online, whether that's day game, night game, overcoming your like social anxiety, your approach anxiety, I help guys do this. So if you need help doing this, there's coaching links down below and I will help you out. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching.